Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Big Four podcast. Sorry, my apologies. The Big Three podcast. I'm with the usual Brian and Andrew. How you guys doing on this early morning Friday?
Doing good. It's Friday. Friday's always a good day.
It's a good day. Little fatigued, kind of forgot we were
I don't know
this morning.
I don't know if we've ever recorded this early before.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to the freaking Woo Sox today in Syracuse.
Oh, Woo Sox.
Going to see the Woos. I think
The
Duran's
Woo,
playing.
baby.
Arroyo's playing. I can
Let's
see the
go.
French fry. I don't
That's
know
a
who's
squad.
pitching, but it's Downs. Like it's a Connor Wong. It's a solid squad.
What's his face hasn't pitched in a while. God dang, I can't remember his freaking name. The dude who the FGCU kid.
Oh, Cutter Crawford.
Cutter Crawford, that's right.
Pitched yesterday.
such a
I was
sick
one
name.
day off, dude. He pitched yesterday.
Dang. I still find that so hilarious watching the game and Jemai Webster is interviewing his coach and Franchi, and then not Franchi, Franmil Reyes goes 450 off him. He's like, yeah, this is a big moment for him. And there's a high fly ball to left field, way out. It's like, that was really poor timing. But yeah, as always, we are in number two for all things sports. If you know, go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Big Four _ podcast on both platforms. We have a little bit of a mixed bag today. We're going to preview the Sunday NFL games because we won't be able to talk about them until our episode on Monday. And we'll probably get into some baseball because baseball it's really wacky right now. It's really wacky. But we can start with the NFL, and then we're also not really big announcement, but the picks are coming back, baby. We took a little bit of time off from the picks, but we're bringing it back because why the heck not? So yeah, NFL games yesterday, and I don't know what it is about the NFL this season, but for the first time in a while, they're getting their primetime games correct, because last night's game coupled with last week's Thursday night game and the Sunday night game, like they're just hitting on every primetime game, and it's awesome. I love it. I mean, it's only week 2, but so what were you gonna say, Brian?
So funny, like there's Giants fans here, so like I can hear
yeah.
throughout the building.
That
like
is awesome.
They were on a delay from when I was watching, so when they got the interception, like 20 seconds later, you hear them go nuts, and then the missed field goal, I see the flag,
goes
and
nuts.
then I'm like waiting for the reaction. Like, yeah, and then you see you hear something get like thrown, and then I thought he missed the second one. It looked like it was going right too.
Yeah, it did.
Curls in, and you just hear like throughout the building, bang, bang, bang. Like,
oh man, that's funny.
I was like, how can you have expectations as a Giants fan?
I know.
Yeah.
Well, our friend Nick, as the 1/2, I guess, of the Big 3.5, had the Giants as the NFC East winners. And,
which I don't see. They're just so bad.
0-2 for the first.
Probably going to go like 3-14.
0-2 to start the season in the last 5 seasons.
That's unbelievable.
That is horrible. Like, I cannot believe that you actually. Oh, that's so bad. You can be consistently bad.
And
incredible.
Saquon kind of stinks. That dude is not getting anything going at all. Like, did Daniel Jones outrush him last night?
Yes, definitely.
He did.
Yeah.
Probably. I assume so.
Saquon
he
only
did.
had one big
Daniel
run.
Daniel freaking Jones had a running back stat line. He had 9 carries for 95 and a touchdown.
Yeah, he was insane. He had that long run.
And he had the 50-yarder taken back. He had the 50-yarder taken back.
That was a bad call. That was a bad call.
Talk about bad calls. That JD McKissick was horrible. I can't believe that was as clear as day. He tripped. He hit his toes on the turf. It's not toe turf, but whatever. He tripped on the turf. He tripped by himself, is down, and then does his little inch forward to get to the first down, and then is touched. I don't know how you can't see that. And even if he was touched, the ball looked like it was on the first down marker when he landed. So even if he was touched, which he wasn't, it still should have been I don't know. That was one of the worst calls.
Yeah, that was really bad.
I don't think I've ever seen like an announcer be so sure, be like, yep, he's going to get the first down, like book it, doesn't even matter. And they don't talk about it. And then it goes the other way and they're just like, whoa, timeout. And then they freaking bring in Mike Pereira and he's just like, yeah, these guys are idiots. I don't know what the heck they saw, but this is what I saw. I've never seen that before. That was ridiculous.
Dude, the refs were
bad. Real bad.
The refs are bad in every sport. It doesn't even matter at this point. It's not even worth talking about.
Yeah, it just adds.
It's just a consistent, like, you just need to expect it at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
Consistent.
Like, refs being good is something that,
like, the
if you see it, you're just like, that's awesome. We never see that. And if you see someone just mess up a call really bad, you're just like, expected.
The in the Sox game on Wednesday, the home plate guy, he was like, Richards was painting the inside corner and he was like, ball. And I'm like, sir, I mean, that is just, and Vasquez was like here.
Yeah.
It wasn't even moving his glove. And he's just like, ball. And I'm like, there is no way. In the next inning, ball's in like the same spot, but like 6 inches off the plate, strike. Like, it was so bad. It was unbelievable.
Once you said I thought you were gonna immediately go to the Yankees-Orioles game when the grounds crew got tossed.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Like I was telling this to Brian yesterday. I was saying this to Brian because we were talking about it yesterday. Like, that was the weirdest ejection I think I've ever seen in my life. And those grounds people, I've never seen anyone like sprint as fast before from getting tossed from a game. Like, if you just flipped on to the Orioles game or the Yankees game during that, when that happened, you would have thought there was like a state of emergency in Camden Yards, because those grounds crew people were booking it to the right field corner. They were flying, they were zooming, but I don't know why. Like, the rain's coming down, they're ready to go on the tarp, and the ump's like, nope, we are not being delayed. We are playing this baseball game in the rain. You guys are gone. See you later. And I don't know why, like, they can't just stand there. Like, they can't be behind the tarp to be ready. Like,
Baltimore's so weird. Their ground crew is like underneath the outfield bleachers. Like, that's where they sit. Like Fenway, they're right next to the tarp, basically in the tunnel. But like, so they're like, assuming they're going to need the tarp, and they didn't want to run across the field, so they're just getting ready.
Well, yeah, they're doing their job. They're like, it's raining. Like, might have to delay.
Kind of weird to like just. I don't know.
It's weird. It's weird, but I always go back to thinking about, like, again, I wasn't alive, so I don't remember this. I just remember it from videos. But the Yankees, Red Sox, ALCS, after the A-Rod slap, when the people started throwing things, like, they had police officers on the field in foul ground. Like, that's basically the same thing. I guess it's a little bit different because that's protecting players from
like
injury.
Public safety.
But I mean, hey, putting down the tarp because it's raining is also protecting player safety.
The game we were at, the umps, the rain delay game against the Yankees, umps waited too long in that one. I mean, it rained for
there was a puddle. There was a freaking.
It was pouring, and they're like, it's not that bad.
There was an Olympic-sized pool at shortstop.
And then they're like, I guess we should put the tarp down. So the tarp comes out, stops raining pretty much instantaneously. And they just keep the tarp down for like 10 minutes. Not even 10 minutes. It might have been down for 7 minutes. Here comes the ground crew in 95 plus, probably 250 bags of quick dry. And they're just like, it took them 50 minutes to clean up the field.
Yeah, that's what I never understood was, like, they would say, it's a rain delay, and they're starting to take the tarp off, and the estimated time is like 45 minutes from now.
I understand.
How the heck is it going to take 45 minutes to get this tarp off? Now I understand that they have to put a freaking busload of quick dry on the field before they can play.
Yeah, that was like pallets came out, and I was like, oh my god, this.
Yeah. That ejection was the weirdest thing ever. But I'm fine with it because the Yankees lost the finale, which was.
And they should have lost Wednesday as well.
They should have lost that game because freaking Bloopy Brett got one off the fists and shoved it into left center. I don't know how that
State Patrol Brett.
But yeah, last night's game was awesome. We can go back to football and then go back to baseball because we kind of transitioned awkwardly. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, we got some interesting games. I mean, obviously every week. Wait, timeout. Oh no. Okay. Never mind. I thought same color, same whatever. But yeah, we have some interesting games. The Pats play the Jets. Obviously, it's not really
interesting.
That's not really anything to talk about, really, because the Jets stink and the Pats should handle them easily. The Packers play the Lions. That's what I'm going to look at Sunday night. Like, if the Packers can't win this game, it's basically over for them. Like, I still have a little bit of faith because it's week 1. Rodgers, whatever, is not really 100% because he didn't practice all off season. But if they lose this game to the if they lose this game to the Lions, that's just it. If they lose this game to the Lions, I can see Aaron Rodgers being traded midway through the season. That's probably what's going to happen because there's no reason to keep him this year and let Love sit on the bench just for them to maybe make the playoffs and lose in the first round. Like, there's no reason to do that. So if you see that Aaron Rodgers isn't going to, like, it's Super Bowl or bust for the Packers and Aaron Rodgers. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't make the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl, then he's gone. And if they sniff that out early, they're probably going to trade him and let Love develop and get some snaps in. So if they lose this game to the Lions, I can see Aaron Rodgers being out midway through the season. And then we'll get to the other better games when we do our picks. I guess we can do our picks right now. Why the heck not? We can do the picks right now.
Cool.
We have 3 games that we feel are good. I mean, there are other good games. Like, I'm sure Jaguars Broncos is going to be a good football game, but it's like
it won't.
Bad. No, you don't think so?
Broncos, you think the Broncos by 30?
Broncos
you
will
think
win
the Broncos
by 30?
You think so? Okay.
Yeah, their defense is good.
Jacksonville's horrendous.
Jacksonville's terrible. I got Trevor Lawrence throwing another 2 picks this week.
Yeah, he ain't no mac and cheese Mac attack. He's on that level.
Okay. But our guest speaker Nicholas had his picks. He sent them to us. The games we're going to be picking from are Raiders, Steelers. What else was it? Cowboys, Chargers, and Titans, Seahawks. He went Steelers, Seahawks, Cowboys. Not that matters because he's a guest, so his points don't really matter. I'll start with Andrew in the first game, the 1:00. Raiders versus Steelers. 2 teams that won their week 1 matchups, but ultimately are kind of those weird in-between teams where you don't know if they're good or not. So Raiders, Steelers.
Really like Derek Carr week 1. Their defensive line looked really good against Lamar Jackson, obviously forcing 2 fumbles. You know that the Steelers defense is legit. The big question is the Steelers offense going to really get going? And I feel like they won't. I don't like the Steelers at all. They had 1 good game. Obviously, it's week 1. A lot can happen. Jacksonville won week 1 last year. They went 1-15. Who knows? I'm taking the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Is this game in Brian? Pittsburgh?
This game is. Great question. In Pittsburgh.
It is in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Steelers just because of that. Their defense will probably do a good job on Waller. I don't think Pittsburgh's good at all, but hey, they went 11-0 last year and were god-awful trash. So maybe they'll have a good start again and just lose because they do deeply down. They do suck quite bad, but yes, they should probably win this game.
I'm also going to go Steelers. Nursing home Ben is going to have a decent game because he didn't really have a good game in Buffalo. He's going to have a decent game. He'll throw a touchdown this. Did he throw a touchdown?
Ben, I think he's more of baked potato Ben at this point. He looks like a wobbling baked potato walking around the field. He's so large.
Cemetery Ben. Back from the dead Ben.
Move.
Back from the dead Ben.
He got like strip sacked, or maybe, I don't know. He got almost sacked. I was watching part of that game, and like the way he was trying to get away from the sack was like, it looked like a 95-year-old man like lumbering like
he doesn't like he doesn't when he moves, he doesn't pick his feet up. He just shuffles. He can't physically pick his legs up to move.
He like waddles.
Yeah, he does the cha-cha slide. But I'm gonna probably go Steelers just because of their defense. Like that's what kept them in, or that's what won the game for them against the Bills. And I think the Raiders are just a significantly less talented on the offensive side than the Bills are. They did look good against the Ravens, and the Ravens are a good defense, but there were so many times where
the Ravens honestly actually aren't a good defense.
No, they have a decent, pretty bad defense.
They have a decent
if you're
secondary.
Interested,
like
they're available in the footballers. I dropped them.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, they're actually not even like a top 8 defensive available this week on waivers.
Wow.
Yeah. So they're actually
trash. So their defense really fell off hard because they were a good defense last year.
Yeah, they're not that good.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Even though Waller had a big game, there were times where he dropped a ton of passes and
that was all first half. He was really good in the second half.
No, I know that was all first half, but you need those opportunities against a defense like Pittsburgh because you don't know how many opportunities you're going to get like that. Bottom line, I'm taking too much time. Steelers, I think, are going to win. I think it's going to be a good game. That's why, obviously, we're picking it. But I think the Steelers are going to come out with it because of their defense. Now, we got 2 425 games. First one, Titans Seahawks. Now, on paper, this looks like a good game because of the guys who are being featured in the game. But based off of week 1 performances, this is not. I'm not a big believer in looking at teams immediately and making judgment calls on them based off of week 1. So I'll let the Titans, I don't want to say slide, but I'm not going to be like they stink and not a playoff team right now. They're still a very good team. Their defense is horrible. So are the Seahawks. So this game could honestly be 60-59. But Titans Seahawks. Andrew, who you got?
Overall, I thought that the defense looked pretty good against Indianapolis for Seattle. And you have to remember, this is week 2. It's the first half of the season for Russell Wilson. You know he's going off. He's going to absolutely shred apart this defense. He's thrown for another 4 touchdowns. Yeah, and I got the Seahawks by 27.
Winning by 27?
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I'm also, once again, this game is in Seattle. This is the first game with fans back in Seattle in 2 seasons since who did they play in the 2019 playoffs? Did they make a play? I don't remember. Who cares? Whatever. First game with fans back in Seattle. It's going to be loud. You know that 12th man is going to be rocking. So, yeah, they'll win because Tannehill gets flustered.
I want to pick the Seahawks too, but I don't want to be the same, and I want to be different and cool. So I'll go the Titans just because they have cool colors. Last game.
Just random, for the Big 4 fantasy league. Do I start Russ over Josh Allen?
Yeah. 100%.
Projected 2 points less, but I just changed it.
100%.
Yeah.
Who are the Bills playing? The Bills playing the Dolphins.
They play the Dolphins. The Dolphins is a much better defense than Tennessee.
Yeah, well, every defense is better than Tennessee. They have the worst defense.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I know that they're better, but Miami is much better.
Yeah. Okay. Last game. This could be actually out of all the 3 of them. This is probably going to be the most.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
This one's going to be good. Cowboys Chargers. This is going to be a good one. Andrew, who you got out of this game?
So we know week 1, obviously Dak was really good.
He was your MVP.
He got
your player of the week.
My player of the week. And
this will that catch up.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. The Buccaneers defense was good on the run defense. Their pass defense was incredibly bad. They couldn't cover anything. Don't sleep on this LA secondary. They were pretty good week 1. Obviously
James,
they were playing. Derwin James, one of the better safeties in the league. I like the Chargers at home. Give me the Chargers.
Okay. This is an
I know who Brian's picking.
Well, yeah.
Who do you have? Chargers didn't look good against Washington. The Washington gave up 29 points to the Giants, and the Chargers only scored 20. So Dallas won. Chargers aren't good. Aren't there yet?
Dang. I kind of have to say Cowboys because they're my Super Bowl team, and I can't have them be 0-2. I'm gonna go Cowboys, but like, man, this is gonna be a really good game. I have a feeling. Like Herbert, he didn't have a great game against Washington, but it's the Cowboys defense. And then we saw what the Cowboys can do against really any defense. Like the Bucks have one of the best defenses in football, and they scored almost 30 points on them. So yeah, I think this is this is gonna be the game to watch this week. And I'm going Cowboys solely based on I have them in my Super Bowl. So I really can't go deeper into anything else because I don't know. It's gonna be tough. But yeah. I got the boys. So Andrew is going against the consensus on 2 of his picks. So we'll see how that works out.
Even Nick went with the Cowboys. Come on now.
Yeah. Even Nick went with the boys.
Hey, I can be aggressive. Let's not forget who's in the lead.
Yeah, that is.
This is a restart.
No, it's not. We agreed that
we
continuing the season
to continue.
Yeah, we did.
We're playing to win the game.
Yeah, so Andrew has 21, then Brian 16, Nick and I both have 15. That's where we are right now.
Dude, absolutely dominating at the moment.
Through 8 weeks. Well, how many weeks? We did 25 total weeks last series. Last season. Last series. I don't know what to call it.
Season.
Last season. So we can go to 25. It's going to take a while. But yeah, we can stick with 25. But that's it, I guess. There's not really much else to preview for the NFL. I mean, Chiefs-Ravens could be a decent game, but
no,
I think
it's not. Absolutely not. Patty Mahomes 4 TDs on the day.
Bucks will tear the brakes off the Falcons. Cardinals will beat the Vikings by a lot. The Rams will beat the Colts. Bills beat the there's not that much. Saints, Panthers, but I think the Saints are a better team. Like, I have no faith in Darnold at all.
Yeah, me neither.
And then Niners, Eagles is interesting. We'll see about that one. And then Bears, Bengals could be interesting if Justin Fields plays. But if Andy Dalton plays, Bengals by 1 million. All right. We can move on to baseball because baseball is, and we don't have Debbie Downer Nick to be like, it's football season. We have to talk about football and football.
Yeah, and the kid who he turns on it so quickly.
Yeah, he does. But we got some freaking tight races right now with Toronto and Boston, both a half game, or they're both in that wild card spot right now with the Yankees a half game back. Oakland and Seattle are kind of in the dust right now. Like, they don't really have a shot. But that's also what we said about Toronto, and they have won like 15 out of the last 16 or something. I don't think that's true, but something ridiculous like that. So it could happen to Oakland, but I doubt it. And then the NL, Dodgers have that 17 up. Like, that's ridiculous. They've clinched it because the Giants and the Dodgers have both clinched a playoff spot. So they have clinched the playoffs. They've clinched that second wild card spot at least. And then St. Louis out of nowhere, the -5 run differential St. Louis Cardinals are a half game up of San Diego.
Yep.
And the Reds and
the super powered Padres. Wow, aren't they so good? Bums.
The Padres. Well, okay. I mean, the Padres did go out and beat San Fran in a series this weekend. So that was very promising.
San Fran's starting to pack it up. They got to get that 1 seed though.
They aren't really, because they have exactly. They don't really. They're only a game up because they lost the series to San Diego. San Diego,
except they still have 6 games left with the San Diego, but they also have Colorado and Arizona, so like they'll win those 6 and they'll probably go 3-3
hold on, depends on where those games are.
It's in Colorado.
Oh, so I don't know. San Fran. I really don't want them to be a wild card game.
The Doyers have Cincinnati, so that's a big series for Cincinnati starting this weekend on the road. Then they go to Colorado, they go to Arizona. Your team. The Doyers have a tough schedule because they end with a homestand against San Diego and Milwaukee. That Milwaukee series might be completely meaningless because Milwaukee's playing for the 2 seed no matter what, and they're pretty much already the 2 seed.
The Padres have a tough schedule. The Padres go Cardinals, who are in. Wow, that's actually nuts. This next 3-game series is Padres Cardinals. God, that's
huge.
They have Cardinals,
Atlanta.
Then they have the Giants, then Atlanta, then the Dodgers, then the Giants. They have a rough schedule coming up, like really, really rough.
That's unfortunate for the Pads.
It's super unfortunate.
Into the Crone Zone.
Into the Crone Zone.
Does it again.
But no, Brian, you're Cincinnati Reds, man. They lost the freaking series to Pittsburgh. What's happening?
Cincinnati Reds?
Yeah, you're a big Cincy guy.
I am. I feel like I picked them to be the team on
that's why every time that's why you always bring that up every time we talk about this. You're like, I was a Reds guy before the Reds were a thing. So I can label you a Reds guy.
They seriously just
they lost the series.
In the last 10.
They lost the series to Pittsburgh. They lost on the walk-off. Ground ball. It was the weirdest walk-off of all time on Wednesday night.
Oh yeah, they lost 2 or 3.
Damn. And then they should have. Yeah, I was gonna say I was.
And they
watching
lost
that
the series
game.
to Detroit. Yikes.
Yeah, they're falling off hard.
Except they still have 3 against Pittsburgh, 4 against Washington, 3 against Pittsburgh again, 2 random ones with the White Sox. They have a doable schedule,
which favors them a ton.
Reds deep down, will squeak it out.
You think so? You're saying Reds. What about the Pads have?
I'm gonna say the Reds. I got to take a look at the CAD schedule.
That's what I was gonna check right now.
Oh, they got San Diego, Milwaukee, the Cubs, Milwaukee again, and the Cubs again. They got a lot of games left. Jeez.
They do have a lot of games. 11, those Cubs games will be important. Those Cubs games will be important, but the Cubs are kind of playing good baseball against the Phillies. They got destroyed yesterday, but didn't they win the first 2, or at least they won one of them?
No, they won.
Nope, they lost. And then they won the first one, but the second game they should have won. But then I think they got walked off. And then the Cardinals, they just swept the Mets. Like the Mets, man. The Mets.
Sox get the Mets next week, so we get a nice little 2 dubs against the Mets.
They're such a weird team, bro. I don't think they swept the Yankees, but they beat them in that series
2 or 3.
Where Lindor hits 3 tanks.
And that so you start they get John the momentum
Stanton, back, and then they come and get swept by the.
They were 500 and only 4 games out in the division, and then they get swept.
Yeah, I don't get their team at all. It makes no sense. Granted, they don't have DeGrom. But
that's only
I don't
one
understand.
every 5 days.
It is one every 5 days.
They lose when he pitches.
Yeah, they do. They lose when he pitches too. So he's a 500 pitcher. And they still have Stroman, who's actually, I looked his numbers. He's having a really good season. I didn't realize that. He's like an under 3 this year, and he's having a really good year. And then Walker, who I think was an all-star. So
but he's been awful in the second half.
He has been really bad second half. So I guess they have the starters, and their lineup is just super weird to me too. Like Lindor doesn't know if he wants to be good or not. Baez doesn't know if he wants to be good or not. Like it's a bunch of guys who are just like, you know what, today I'll hit 3 tanks, but tomorrow I'll strike out 4 times. That's just how it is. And I don't know. They
scored legit 250 less runs.
They kind of got buried by St. Louis by getting swept, 5 out now.
They're legit going to be a sub 500 team. That's crazy.
They are right now. Yeah,
well, they're 3 games under, and they only got 15 games left.
They have Phillies. They have the Phillies, who are also, don't count the Phillies out. The Phillies kind of stink.
I like the Phils. MVP Bryce.
They're only 2.5 out. They have the stinky Met.
The Braves series is gonna.
The Phillies.
They have an easy
Mets,
schedule.
Orioles, Pirates, and then end with the Philadelphia, man. Philadelphia.
Except if you look at that. If you look at Philadelphia before, they lost to Colorado, they lost to the Diamondbacks.
They lost.
Went like 0-6 against the Diamondbacks.
No, I know, but they still have a chance. They got swept in a 2-game, or they lost the Marlins in a series.
I called it.
What?
Friday night at Fenway.
Oh, did they just say?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just saw it. Dang it, bro. That's actually so depressing.
Every time I see the 232-15, I just like cry inside.
232-15. Can I
cry
go to
inside.
the game? I don't have anything today. I don't have class. I swear.
Are you gonna get there, bud?
I don't know. That's
Kid
why
who should go to the game is cute. That means they'll do it tomorrow, though. So you should go to the game tomorrow.
Yeah, Q, go get tickets now so you can go tonight.
Okay.
It could be a family event.
Yeah, happy birthday to Andrew, paying for your own Red Sox tickets.
I mean, $9.
Oh, yeah, I can't.
Pay me back for the $9.
Yeah. But yeah, the baseball scene is wicked weird, and then we didn't even really talk about the AL at all. But
yeah, why not?
Come on now. The Yankees have
the worst.
The Yankees don't deserve to win a game the rest of the season.
No, they're also not going to. That I was looking at. I mean, you have Toronto, Boston, and New York. I mean, New York easily has. I mean, it's not even a difficult schedule, but it is. For them, they got the Indians. Who else they got?
Texas.
The Rangers.
And then
the
they
Red
end
Sox,
with Toronto
and
and Tampa.
Toronto. They don't. Yeah, and then they
that series at Fenway next weekend is going to be huge.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then
if the Sox if the Sox can go into that series up a game, if the Sox go into the series up a game and win 2 or 3 and leave it up 2, and they have Toronto and Tampa, and we have Baltimore and Washington, we should be fine. We can go 4-2, and
at this point,
4-2, and we that's literally all we have to do. If we can leave that series up 2, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can leave that series tied, and we're good.
Well,
yeah,
I don't want to be tied.
Well, yeah, you don't want to be tied, but you'll still be fine because you can you can sweep the.
You can, but wouldn't it be nice to have games again? Wouldn't it be nice for game 162? We can throw at Cutter Crawford.
Wouldn't it be nice if we could throw Cutter Crawford game 162 and clinch the AL East?
Okay.
Yeah.
8 games back. Maybe if we didn't freaking blow it like all those games to Tampa and stuff, we could be like 4 games back right now and be like relatively interesting.
Yeah. The Red Sox will be in Toronto for the wild card game.
I don't know.
Dude, what are you talking about?
Not necessarily. We have an easier schedule than them, and we're tied. We're tied. It's not like we're going to.
It doesn't matter about the difficulty of schedule. Okay, so you're really saying that? Okay, they have what 7 against?
They do have 7.
6 or 7 against the Twins. They got 7 against the Twins. They have the Yankees.
Oh,
I
didn't.
Orioles.
Okay,
they have 3. They have 3 against the Rays. They are probably the best team in baseball right now.
They just beat the Rays in a series.
Basically, you're banking on Minnesota taking 2 of 5, or no, 2 of 6, and Tampa taking 1 that's 5, and they'll sweep Baltimore. So that's 5 losses. 5 losses. What, 10 and 5?
First off, they play the Twins 7 times.
Yeah, I said 2 of 5. They'll take 2 of 5. If they win 1 in each series.
2 of 7.
2 of 5. Yeah. So 2 and 5, 2 of 7. They're an incredibly streaky team, and we know that. They've gone a 9-game win streak so many times this season and then just fallen off and suddenly been 4 or 5 games back. There's no way that I'm not banking that's going to happen, but it could. And if you look at the Sox schedule, you're 3-0. They should win both against the Mets coming off an off day on both sides. They're going to be lined up to pitch Sal Eovaldi like legit 9 of our last 15 games because of the off days. So you win those. You win 2 or 3 against the Yanks. What was that? Bring you up to 7-1. Sweep Baltimore again, 10-1, and then that Washington series. You can just hey,
they'll find a way.
How do we feel? Are we up?
Games.
One of the next 6. I don't think so, dude. They're bad. They're really bad.
They'll find a way. They'll find a way.
I just the Red Sox making the playoffs is basically like it's guaranteed. The Yankees are
let's not say that
playoffs.
The
Yankees aren't making the playoffs. Dude,
all I care about, if the Sox make the playoffs and the Yankees don't, we can lose 45-2 in the wild card game, and I will be ear to ear smiling.
Like it's right now, it's a race between the Yankees and the Red Sox for who can lose by 20 in the wild card game to Toronto. That's what the race is right now. Because
I'd much rather play the Yankees, but I wouldn't in the wild card game because
that's why I'm conflicted. That's why I'm conflicted. I want the Yankees to win because I want them.
If we lost. If winning that game against them would be amazing, but if we lost that game, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. We can lose to Toronto and be like, "Hey, good season, boys. We made the playoffs." And everyone said we sucked, and the Yankees were supposed to win 110 games and didn't freaking make the playoffs. So that's a win.
It's not about the Red Sox winning; it's about the Yankees losing.
Yep, exactly. Especially in a year where we didn't really have expectations, and the Yankees had legit World Series expectations.
Yeah, so it's another year for the Yankees.
And the best part is 3 AL East teams would make the playoffs, and they aren't one of them. I mean, come on. That's awesome.
The AL East is the best division in baseball.
I was just going to say, is this the first
4 teams over 80 wins?
Is this the first time ever that 4 teams from the same division are going to have 90-plus wins? I mean, they all are very likely going to have 90-plus wins. I don't know if that's ever happened before.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. That is ridiculous. And no other team other than like the White Sox might not even hit 90 wins. They're kind of not playing well right now.
What are they at right now?
They're at 83. They have Texas next, so they'll hit 90.
They'll win 9. If they go 500 on the way out, they'll get to 90.
Yeah, they'll get 90. But 4 teams in the same division all getting 90 wins. Don't know if that's ever happened before. But
and
right now,
glad if one team gets 80 in the NL East.
Yeah, right now it just looks like the Blue Jays are just steamrolling everyone. It's kind of nuts. I'm very afraid of them.
And if it's only one game, you get Robbie Ray, who's had 10 plus strikeouts in like his last 6 starts.
Who has a gold stat on Baseball Reference. Robbie Ray leads MLB history in strikeouts per 9.
How many?
If you did not know that. I have to look now, but I saw that the other day because and it made sense because 11.3 strikeouts per 9, all-time MLB all-time record. You would not think it would be Robbie Ray to have the all-time record in strikeouts per 9.
Maybe like Randy Johnson.
11.3. I want to see. Hold on. Now I want to actually see those leaders. Leaders
of the pack.
Can I see?
Let's get down.
Maybe ERA plus? No, I don't want to see ERA plus. That's not it.
According to Fangraphs, the Red Sox have a better chance to win the World Series than the Toronto Blue Jays.
Fangraphs sucks. Fangraphs and like I always used to like I don't know what it is, but as a kid, or not even as a kid because that would be advanced as a kid. But like the last few years, I've been like, oh yeah, WAR is a great stat. WAR sucks. Like no, between Baseball Reference and Fangraphs, like, can we figure it out, please? Because I think it's like Devers or there's someone ridiculous. Like, hold on, let me see. MLB batting leaders 2021 wins above replacement. Now I have to go to Fangraphs.
Let's get down to business.
And now I also completely just got rid of what I was looking at. It doesn't matter.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. Like,
I was trying to look at the strikeouts per 9, but that doesn't matter anymore because this is more ridiculous. Like wins above replacement, Tatis is at 6.6 here, and he's at 5.9 on Fangraphs. That's not that big of a difference, but it's still a decent difference. Correa 6.3 here, 5.3. That's a whole point difference. So like, can we figure out a way where we can have a universal WAR, please? Like if you can't figure it out, it's not a real stat. It just doesn't count towards anything if we can't have something that is universal throughout everything, because we can't have this difference. Wow, Zach Wheeler is second in WAR on Baseball Reference. That's kind of crazy. I don't know how we got to this, but yeah, baseball is heating up. That's basically the consensus. Anything else we want to talk about baseball or anything really? Final thoughts.
Oh, I got a final thought.
Okay, what's your final thought?
We were all thinking it. Thank you, Steve.
Oh yeah, rip Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
He's not dead, but
hey, come on the pod. Come on the Big Four.
Yeah,
you can replace our good friend Nick.
I'm actually so pissed off because I was going to ask him once the season was over,
and then he's just like, you know what? After the season, I'm gonna leave Section 10. I'm like, well, now that's kind of awkward because then he's gonna leave Section 10, go on to his own thing, and be like, yo, Steve, Big Four. And he's gonna be like, kind of busy. So that's kind of tough, but maybe in the future, Steve can come back. Because that was fun, and hopefully we'll be a lot better than we were last time because we were really not great. It was kind of awkward, but whatever, doesn't matter. Final thoughts. Other final thoughts.
I just said my final thought, dude.
Andrew said his final thought.
Go Pats.
Brian's final thought is gonna be go Pats. Yeah, I was gonna say.
Go Pats. Go Sox.
Go Pats. Go Sox.
Go C's. Go Beast. Season's almost done.
Coming up, I guess. I really don't care about the Celtics. Zero expectations because their starting point guard wants money and nothing else. So I have zero.
He's making fun of it at this point, so I think it's a good thing.
Yeah. He is, but whatever. He just wants to play well and get money. I still understand why he did that, why he didn't take that money. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Go follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Big4_podcast. We will see you after week dose of the NFL season on Monday with our reactions of all the games that happened on Sunday. Thank you guys for listening once again. Peace.